I studied product design at university. I grew up in England and I began doing a lot of custom-made furniture and solid timber kitchens. I almost fell into it a bit and I just kind of rode that wave, and 7 or 8 years later I'm here doing it full time and I love it. My name is Rob Pritchard and I'm one of the designers here at Nouvelle Kitchens and Bathrooms. I don't have a favourite style. I don't mind doing a traditional kitchen or a modern kitchen. I don't mind and like to experiment with colour, and doing something other than white is always nice. When you speak to people, they have some form of idea on what they're after, but you just have to help them bring it to life. You have to ask people certain questions on what they want. I always say, how can I help them? I need to get their take on how they live. You need to be in the space to see what's achievable. You can never do something from a photograph or a roughly drawn plan. I think, to stand in the room, look at what you need to try and achieve for the client is a massive thing for me, because you need to be able to see the end result. In terms of lifestyle, I think a good example would be actually my mother-in-law. There's quite a lot of people in the family, and going from a small kitchen to now a large kitchen, the idea was to create an island bench with lots of seating so that people can have that interaction. Friday night, on a Wednesday night, that people can sit at the bench, have dinner, catch up from the day and enjoy themselves. It makes for entertaining, it makes everything easier day to day. I love design because from an early age, I've always enjoyed it. I have no problem getting up in the morning and coming to work because I enjoy it. And especially my CAD drawing now. I use a lot of 3D render. For someone to see their kitchen in 3D makes it very easy for myself because they can visualize. I would have had a quick discussion on color and materials and things, so I can show those in that program to be like a point of view shot, so they can actually walk through. So walk through the kitchen all the way around. We can have a look at essentially every cupboard, every surface, every corner that you might not see on a plan. Certainly for someone who can't visualize things very well, it's a great tool to be able to bring it to life. I like to do design meetings and color meetings as well. So I like to try and separate them because clients aren't thinking about one thing. We can think about design, touch on color, but we can do color and focus on that, knowing that we've already done the design. I think separating the two doesn't confuse the client. A lot of people will go from one thing to one thing to another thing, and it does get very confusing because you might be talking about the design of the sink, but then the color of the splashback. Although it's all relevant, better to do it in stages to keep them calm and everything follows along nicely. I don't think I would design in my spare time, but I'm always looking. My phone, Instagram is a big one. You're following lots of manufacturers, lots of appliance manufacturers and things, and certainly we're keeping up with trends and stuff, get a lot of information from those guys. Nouvelle certainly encourage us and support us in attending these different kind of events or trade shows that happen every now and then. It's a good opportunity to go and see a lot of people displaying different products, colours, materials, anything like that, which will keep us up to date, which in turn can keep the customer up to date because we get asked a lot. I know that when the design leaves my hands and gets into the project managers and installers' hands, I know that it's going to be executed and finished, perfectly. I suppose, I would have to explain how things work, starting from full listed schedule from start to finish with everything in between, and how that is managed by Michael. So, in terms of having a start date, you break it down into what's going to happen in the first week, what's going to follow on from that, and so forth and so forth until you get to the end to say, well, this is when it's going to finish. And I think that's what people like, having a fixed finish date. So they know when they can, move their stuff back in and start enjoying their new renovation. When you can stand back and see the finished project, you can, it's so rewarding. Renovating doesn't have to be a headache. It can be fun, and it's exciting.